What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. All right, so I'm gonna be talking about today something that I already did to the 4Runner that I'm kind of excited about in a way, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and maybe you guys are looking into this as well, and kind of giving you a quick review and how to do it for your car. It doesn't have to be a 4Runner, actually. It could be any vehicle. Virtually any car can get this done to it, and that is adding wireless Apple CarPlay. Of course, you have to have CarPlay in the vehicle to be able to do this. If you don't have a CarPlay device, you're not gonna get wireless Apple CarPlay. It's just that simple. You need a device that has Apple CarPlay already. Most manufacturers, if it's original from the factory, you can do this to them. I will have a list down in the description of which manufacturer this device works with. Also, I'll have a list in the description. Already out there somewhere. I'll have a list in the description, of course, of what aftermarket device this works with. The company that I used will also, if you go on their website, which I'll link down in the description, also has the list and everything else on there. Now, this is not a advertisement, or even they didn't sponsor me. I bought this device with my own money. Now, the device, it's called C-Play 2 Air. So that's the device right there. And this device has been out for a while already. There's been some people that have done some reviews on this thing, some other YouTubers, and it's worked really well, but they've had their issues. There have been some updates, and you know what? I finally decided to pull the trigger on. Now, the reason I did this is because I have had Apple CarPlay on my Cadillac for over a year and a half. My Cadillac did not come from the factory with Apple CarPlay. It actually just came with, I couldn't even get it. And I did an update for it where I got the new HMI, which is another video I have. I'll put the link in the description, of course. But I ended up getting Apple CarPlay on the Cadillac. So with that, I'm like, all right. So then I ended up with also a device from Pro Clip Mounts that actually docks my phone right on the side of it, and I get charging and Apple CarPlay. I don't have to look for the cable, just dock it right in there. It's good to go. It's ready to go. The update is not meant for the Cadillac because I actually like the setup I have on the Caddy. The update is going to be for this 4Runner, which is a 2003, and like I said, as long as you have a radio that runs Apple CarPlay, it could be a 1957 with an aftermarket radio running Apple CarPlay, and you'll be able to get this device, and it should work on your radio as long as it's one of the radios below. So let's go ahead and unbox this. Now, also, just so you guys know, there are a lot of devices out there. This is not the only device. There's a bunch of them. Walmart even has some out there that says wireless Apple CarPlay. It's $40 there. Haven't tried it. Not sure how good it is for $40, but this device from C-Play 2 Air, it had 5-star reviews, and a lot of people are happy with it. So again, there's a bunch of devices. There's even new radios that already come with this, aftermarket radios. $300-400, you get a new radio. It automatically comes with the wireless Apple CarPlay already built into it. And you know, you can just go ahead and Google it and look it up, and you'll see all these things. But this is the one I decided to get. So let's go ahead and see what's in the box. I'll show you how to update it, how to hook it up, which doesn't take much time. And then we'll talk about the pros and the cons that I've already kind of encountered in the past week since using this. All right, so let's go ahead and look this up. It comes wrapped in a nice little piece of plastic. Go ahead and just take the plastic off, of course. And it's a pain, so you kind of gotta shake it down here just to get it out of there. But once you open it up, it's pretty simple. It has the owner's manual and the actual device, which is just a small dongle that has one end, a USB port, and the USB cable that goes into your radio. And that is the entire device. First thing we have to do before we use it, we gotta update it. So most devices like this that come in a box have to be updated just like any phone or anything. So plug in your Apple Lightning cable to the actual device. Then you're gonna take the device and go to your car and plug it into the USB. Once you do that, plug in your Lightning cable to your iPhone. And then you're gonna take the instructions. On the instructions, you're gonna have a QR code. Go ahead and scan that QR code with your camera, and then you'll have a link that pops up. Once that link comes up, go ahead and tap on that, and it'll open up. It'll start searching, and it'll tell you right then and there if there's an update available. Go ahead and click that and let it download the update. This could take up to about a minute or two, depending on how big the update is. Once the update is complete, you'll get this screen right here, and you'll see the Apple CarPlay logo on your radio. So you can double check it just by checking and seeing if it says it's the latest version, and you should be all good. Now to activate it, just click on the Apple CarPlay logo. This screen should pop up. Go ahead and click on your phone and wait till the blue light or till the red light turns blue at the bottom of the device, and you're ready to go. All right, so it's that simple to hook up. You guys just saw how easy that was to hook up. Less than probably 2 minutes to hook up the thing, and that's mainly because there may be an update that may need to be done on your device when you get it. And again, it's all simple. The instructions tell you exactly how to do it. Very simple, nothing to it. And now the car will hook up every time you start the car. It hooks up automatically to this device. Now here, we're gonna talk about the pros and the cons of what I've encountered so far with having this device. All right, so pros, there's actually, and I would say there's actually more cons than pros, but I still love the device. So here, pro number one is going to be, you got wireless Apple CarPlay. That's just a big plus in its own. You have it in your car. Pro number two, it automatically connects to the device. You don't have to set it up every time you get in the car. You get in the car, put your device down, leave it in your purse, wherever it's at, and it'll hook up to it. That's it. Now come the cons. So here's where I'm at. When it comes to the device itself, it does get kind of hot, and I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm not sure exactly. I have contacted the manufacturer. I'm waiting on a reply, but it does get really hot. I've actually held the device. I'm like, wow, it gets pretty hot. Hopefully that's not a flaw or something like that, but that's the only concern, one of the biggest concerns I have. Another con that I have is that when it comes to, and I hooked this up on my Cadillac and I hooked it up on the 4Runner, which is going to be mainly used on the 4Runner, but on the Caddy, there is no lag from being wired to using this device on it with the wireless connection. It's actually kind of very smooth and it responds very quickly. But when it came to using it on the 4Runner with the Alpine head unit, it gets very laggy. It's basically, if you tap on something, if you try to swipe on the screen, it takes about a second or so to respond to the gesture you made or to what you clicked on there. And that's something big. And if you start kind of trying to move it too much, or you think it's messed up and you're trying to click on this app and exit this and exit that, it will actually crash and you actually have to unplug it from the actual system itself. So and then plug it back in all over again. Of course, it'll reset itself and it'll kind of catch your phone right away. You don't have to do the whole setup again, but it's kind of a pain how laggy it is when it comes to an aftermarket unit. Again, on the Cadillac, worked perfectly fine. I'm not sure if it's like that with every aftermarket unit or not. The other thing is the short USB cable. Now, it doesn't bother me as much as it would bother somebody else. A lot of these aftermarket head units that have Apple CarPlay have the USB cable on the front of it. They're right on the front, and then you hook this thing up, and you're gonna have this little tiny box hanging off the side of your dash. You may have to invest in an extension basically to be able to hook this up, and I don't know how good that connection may be. I haven't tried it. My radio has the USB cable that comes out from the back end of it, and I have it kind of running through the dash, and my device is actually hidden in the dash at this point. So again, I don't know what you guys are gonna be able to do to hide that thing, but you're gonna have this little dongle just hanging off the front of the cable, unless an extension will work perfectly fine, which it should. As long as you get a good one and not a cheap extension out there, it should be actually work. And one of the last things, and this is gonna be, you cannot connect to another Wi-Fi network. This device gives you an actual Wi-Fi network that it connects to your phone. The reason I say this is because when I'm in the car with my daughter, she has her iPad. Her iPad doesn't have cellular service, so she relies on Wi-Fi to be able to watch her little cartoons and everything. What I do is when I'm in the car, I kind of have her tether off of my phone and get the connectivity for the 5G from my phone. And that's how she gets her internet. Well, when I did that with this device, it basically kind of crashed my phone. I'm not sure what, and I don't know much about Wi-Fi networks and things like that, but basically it was trying to send a signal to her phone with the 5G, because it still shows 5G up top. It doesn't show really Wi-Fi, but this device hooked up to it and it crashed it. My phone stopped responding, and it even crashed the radio, which I had to unplug that. I had to restart my phone, and I thought it was just a fluke. I did it again and it did the same thing. Once I stopped trying to hook up her iPad to my phone to get the wireless service out of it, it was normal, it worked. But that's just another thing that maybe they may have to work on. I don't know how that is. Maybe it wasn't even something they thought about, because I don't know how many actual people do that. I actually just started doing that recently. So I'm gonna have to figure out another way to get my daughter her videos to be able to get internet connection to her iPad. All right, so there you have it. That's pretty much the entire device, all in its context. Nothing to it. Yes, I had more cons than pros. My biggest con here was the fact that basically it's kind of laggy with the aftermarket unit. Maybe they'll come up with an update, I'm not sure. Again, there are other devices out there. I haven't tried them. I might buy that Walmart device and see how that works out, and maybe make a video on that Walmart one that's 40 bucks. I'm not sure yet. But again, Apple CarPlay on a 2003 4Runner, or over-the-air Apple CarPlay on a 2003 4Runner, can be done on any vehicle as long as you have Apple CarPlay. You don't have to replace your radio and buy a new radio. Just go ahead and get this device. And there are other devices out there. If some of you guys have used any other device out there, let me know in the comments below what you've used and if you've seen it that works better than this device. But other than that, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.